Welcome back to Historic Dahlonega for game number 2 of this weekday midweek game. Nighthawks were able to win game number 1 11-4. Pretty similar to the first time these two teams matched up, where the Nighthawks won 11-3. So we're in for good matchup here in this second game. Lions are going to be looking to take a win against the number 1 team in the country, and the Nighthawks are going to be looking for their 13th win in a row as Tybee Denton on the mound for the Nighthawks gets a quick out. That was Ellie Varner. Lead off in the first game as well for the Lions. She was 2 for 3 in that game. Be Lexi Jordan. Next, we don't have too many changes for this Lion lineup. It's going to be Lexi Jordan at second base, Gabby Buffington at shortstop, Jaren Gibson at first base, Alyssa Adams at third, Abigail Curry at left field, Isabel Harrison will be the DH, Kelly Feigen will be the catcher, Kaina Cheney will be in center field, and Macy Kelly will be the pitcher today for the Lions. Jordan takes strike number 1 from Tybee Denton. Denton is part of the 1-2 duo here for the Nighthawks, as Jordan sends this one hotly over the glove of Riley Moody. She's rounding for second. The ball is going to be thrown into second, but not in time. So a double for Jordan gets her in scoring position. Tybee Denton has a .82 ERA on the season, which is 24th best in all of D2 and second best in the Peach Belt behind her teammate Kristen Davis. Denton is 11-1 on the year. She leads the Peach Belt with 68.2 innings pitched. She throws a ball to Buffington. She's only given up 29 hits on the year, 16 runs with only 8 of those being earned, and has 96 strikeouts on the year, which is first best in the Peach Belt. The next closest to Denton at 96 is 72, so Denton is leading that category by a large number. So we're looking to add to that today. She has a 1-1 count to Buffington. This one's going to be fouled back, 1-2. This one's going to be sent into center field, and Caitlin Johnson, who is going to get the start out there in center, makes the play. The Nighthawks have a few changes to their lineup. Their top 4 is going to remain the same, with Shirley Lester, Mariah Wicker, Georgia Blair, and Tegan Leo Masonette. Caitlin Johnson, who just made the play in center field, will be batting 5th for Nighthawks. Katie Ward will be the DH, followed by Gracie Mixon at third, Chloe Poss at first, and then Riley Moody rounds out the lineup at shortstop today. So 2-way for Tybee Denton, 0-1 count. She faces us off against Jaren Gibson for the first time. So no Sophie Mooney again in the lineup for the Nighthawks. Mooney is the Peach Belt leader in batting average, the typical number 3 hitter for the Nighthawks, but she's going to be taking this midweek game off, getting some well-earned rest. So I'll insert Chloe Poss into the lineup. And Gibson's going to send this one softly to Denton, who fires over to Poss for the final out of the third inning. The Lions are held scoreless. Nighthawks will be up to bat when we return on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
North Georgia Softball would like to thank one of their season sponsors, JSR Heating and Cooling, a family-owned and operated HVAC company specializing in heating, cooling, and air purification of residential and commercial business. JSR Heating and Cooling, a proud sponsor of Nighthawk Softball. So Jolie Lester is going to lead things off for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the first inning. Lester had a nice game in game one, had a couple hits and came around to score a few times. She's going to foul this one, 1-1 count. Knox will be facing off against Macy Kelly. Kelly has pitched in 37.1 innings, given up 38 hits and 26 earned runs. She has 22 strikeouts on the year, has a 4.88 ERA. Lester's going to send this one up the middle, and that one's going to squeak through. Lester gets a single, lead things off for the Nighthawks, gives them their first hit and first base runner of the day. So that'll bring up Mariah Wicker. Wicker got things started for the Nighthawks back in game one, had a RBI double, scored 2 runs for the Nighthawks to give them their first set of runs and take the lead, never look back, and she's going to square on to bunt that one. That one's going to be fouled back. 0-1 count. Wicker again squares the bunt. This one's going to again go foul. Coach Davenport frustrated with her that she can't lay the bunt down. Wicker, this is her second time here today. That happened to her in the first game where she was asked to bunt and couldn't lay it down. So maybe something that she works on for the next few days to prepare her for conference opponent Augusta. The Hawks will host them this weekend. Lester takes off, and that ball is going to hit Mariah Wicker. It looks like the ball hit Mariah Wicker on the attempt by Jolie Lester to steal. Wicker was struck out on the play. Lester had taken off towards second, and Lester is now standing on third. The Pirates are going to discuss that one. So Lester will advance to third on that play. And that Lester stolen base is brought to you by Jitterbug Party Rentals, your trusted partner for inflatable and event rental needs. You can count on them for your wedding, inflatable, and event rental needs in North Georgia. To book your next event, visit jitterbuginflatables.com. So Coach Kevin Fagan's going to come out and argue that call. Mariah Wicker was still standing in the batter's box when the catcher Fegan threw the ball down to second. The ball hits Wicker in the head and bounces all the way to the dugout. So Lester's able to get 2 stolen bases. So that'll bring up Georgia Blair now with Lester in scoring position. We're going to have time called on the field. Looks like Coach Fagan is still going to be arguing the call. If the ball did hit Mariah Wicker outside of the box, then that would mean that Lester would most likely have to return back to first, but looks like Lester's going to return to second. So that wipes away the double steal for Jolie Lester. And now Coach Davenport is going to argue the call. So since the ball hit Mariah Wicker, it bounced towards the Lions dugout. And so it seems that Lester should have been able to advance to third. The ball would have been in play. I would think that Lester would either have to go back to first because a dead ball call on Mariah Wicker, or she should be able to be on first if they don't call a dead ball on Mariah Wicker. But it doesn't look like Coach Davenport is going to get his way, as he's still arguing the call with the third base umpire. So still 1 away for the Nighthawks on a Mariah Wicker strikeout. Jolie Lester is on second for Georgia Blair. An 0-0 count for her after a long wait. It's going to be ball 1 on the inside corner. Another ball from Blair inside, 2-0. And a third consecutive ball on the inside half of the batter's box is going to be a 3-0 count for Georgia Blair. Blair has Jolie Lester on second. That one's going to be on the lower half of the strike zone. 3-1 count for Georgia Blair. Hawks looking to take an early lead against the Lions. They didn't score until the bottom of the third inning in the first game. We're going to capitalize with Jolie Lester on first today, and Blair's going to send this to Adams at third, who's going to look back Lester and throw it across the diamond for the second out of the inning. Lester has to remain at second. And that'll bring up Tegan Laveo Masonette. Laveo Masonette had a 2-run home run back in game 1. Had a couple walks as well. And she takes ball number 1 from Kelly. A big swing and a miss from Laveo Masonette. It's going to be strike number 2. Ball's going to be high and outside. 2-1. That ball is going to hit Laveo Masonette, so a runner on first and second for the Nighthawks. That ball hit Laveo Masonette in the kneecap. So now it'll be Caitlin Johnson. Going to be in center field today. She came in and pitch hit in game 1. Able to get a single and find herself in the starting lineup here in game number 2. She takes ball number 1 outside corner. Johnson showed her speed in the top of the first inning, tracking a long, deep ball out there in center field. She takes ball number 2 on the outside corner. Johnson's going to send this one hot down the third base line, and Lester's being waved around. She's going to score, and Laveo Masonette's on her way to third, and that's going to be a double for Caitlin Johnson. Gets a RBI and puts the Nighthawks up 1-0 here early in this game. Johnson drove that ball into left field, gives the Nighthawks an early 1-0 lead. That'll bring out an early mound visit from Kelly Feigen. Feigen is a freshman from Buford, Georgia, replacing Goolsby in game number 2. So runners on third and second now for the Nighthawks for Katie Ward. That ball's going to be low and in the dirt. Nice block by Feigen. Katie Ward also came in to pinch hit and got hit by a pitch in her lone at bat in game number 1. And she takes a strike, 1-1 count. That ball is going to be outside from Kelly, 2-1. And Ward's going to send this one to Buffington at short, who makes the play on her back foot, but not going to get the throw in time as Katie Ward is able to beat that ball out, and Laveo Masonette's going to come around to score. So the Nighthawks now lead this one 2-0 here early in the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Gracie Mixon now. Mixon, the senior third baseman. Been a very reliable player for Coach Davenport at third base. Has some quick reflexes. That's going to be a ball high from Kelly, 1-1 count. This Nighthawks softball team is ranked number 1 in the nation, and they're not the only Nighthawk team ranked number 1 in the nation right now. The UNG men's golf team is also the number 1 team. They're kicking off their season. A lot of exciting things in Nighthawk athletics. Men's basketball is in the Peach Belt semifinals. Later today, they'll play off against Columbus State, and the women's team will kick off their Peach Belt tournament today as Mixon sends this one in the gap, and they're going to wave around Johnson, and she's going to hold at third. And Coach Davenport is up in arms with that from Caitlin Johnson. Johnson most likely would have easily scored from second, but decides to hold up, and so the bases will now be loaded for Chloe Poss. Poss is getting her first action today. Playing first base. Transfer from Sanford. She's going to take ball number 1 from Kelly. That's going to be a strike from Kelly. 1-1 count now. 2 away for Poss, and bases are loaded. Nighthawks looking to break things open here early on. One to Poss is going to be low and inside. 2-1 now. Poss is going to foul this one off her foot. 2-2. 2-2 count now for Chloe Poss. 2 away. Bottom of the first inning, the Hawks have already scored 2 runs. Looking to add to that with bases loaded. They've got Caitlin Johnson on third, Katie Ward on second, and Gracie Mixon on first. Poss is going to foul this one back. Still balanced, so a 2-2 count. Kelly looking to work out of a jam here early, looking to keep this game 2-0. That ball's going to be outside, so loads the count up 3-2. So the runners will be moving on the release from Kelly. With 2 away, they'll be looking to get things going, get in motion. And Poss is going to send this one hot to third for the final out of the inning. Nighthawks are able to take a 2-0 lead here early. We'll be right back with you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
long tradition of athletics at the University of North Georgia. For the past 50 years, our athletic programs have been making a difference for our university. And today I'm really excited to talk about how we will take that to the next level. When you think about elite athletics, you think about elite performance. Mary Rob, tell me what that means to you.
So elite performance at the University of North Georgia is unique because we have a value proposition unlike anybody else in this country, where we're able to perform at the highest level because of our connections with our Corps of Cadets and our College of Health Sciences and Professions, coupled with our professionals from coaches, athletic trainers, support staff in our Department of Athletics, where we're preparing our student athletes to battle on the field of competition, in the classroom, and in our community. We'll be elite in everything we do.
So today we are really excited to announce our strategic bet, where we are going to deliver elite performance, elite competition, and the most value-adding Division II athletic program in America. Go Nighthawks!
Welcome back to the top of the second inning. Today's second inning is brought to you by Raymond, Carolina, and Handling, a proud supporter of North Georgia softball, a premier material handling solutions provider. Carolina Handling is the exclusive Raymond Solutions and Support Center in the Southeast and a leader in integrated automation systems to help customers move more, faster, and at less cost. Let us help you discover the smartest way to move your business forward. Tybee Denton is still on the mound for the Nighthawks. She throws a first pitch strike to Alyssa Adams, who just ended the inning for the Nighthawks. She's able to step on her bag at third and keep this game at a 2-0 lead for the Nighthawks. Adams is going to send this one foul. A 1-2 count now. Denton was named the Peach Belt Pitcher of the Week this past week. She's been racking them in so far this season. In a couple of the 3-game series, Denton has pitched in consecutive game 2 and 3 as Alyssa Adams sends one back up the middle, gets a base hit for the Lions. That's the second hit the Lions have against these Nighthawk pitchers. We're going to have a pinch runner for Alyssa Adams. It's going to be Lindsay Crawford, a freshman from Bremen, Georgia. She's going to be in to run for Alyssa Adams. Just picked up a hit. Now it'll be Abigail Curry. Curry had some success in game 1, was able to pick up a hit or two as Denton throws ball 1 to her high. That's going to be high from Denton, 2-0 now. Denton fires a strike, 2-1. That ball's low from Denton, 3-1. Denton has yet to pick up a strikeout leader in the Peach Belt. She gets a strike there, 3-2. Curry fouls this one down the third baseline. Lester is out there in left field to chase it down and relay it back in to Tybee Denton. This one's going to be hit to Riley Moody at short, who throws it to second in time to get the lead runner. So Denton picks up a out. Nice play by Riley Moody to get her backhand and fire that over to LeVeo Masonette at second. A close play, but they get it just in time. That'll bring up Isabel Harrison, the DH today. She takes ball one outside. That's going to be hit off the knob of her bat. 1-1. And a swing and a miss from Harrison, 1-2. And a check swing from Harrison. That is going to be a strikeout for Denton, her first on the day. Her 97th on the season, looking to reach 100 here today. Just needs 3 more now. That'll bring up Kelly Feigen. Feigen's getting her first at bat here against the Nighthawks. Did not see any action in game number 1. Feigen's going to swing and miss at that one, 1-1. Two and one count to Feigen. That one's just gonna miss from Denton. Looked like it was in a good spot from here, but umpire did not like it behind the plate. 3-1 count. Feigen is the number 8 hitter for the Lions. She's gonna get a walk from Denton. So that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kinda Cheney. Cheney is playing center field today, a junior from Fayetteville, Georgia. Went to Whitewater High School, actually played with Kinda for a few years. She's 2 years younger than me, but I was able to play with her for 2 years. She's just an infectious smile, an awesome person, and glad to see her getting some action here. Very talented player. She takes strike 1 from Denton. 1-1 count. China with an opportunity to, that's going to be a strike from Denton. Cheney has an RBI opportunity here. She's got Crawford on second. Feigen on first. She's able to put this ball in play. Crawford will most likely score from second. She's going to pop this one into deep left, and Jolie Lester is there for the final out of the top of the second inning. Nighthawks will be back up to bat when we return on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. The Nighthawks lead this game 2-0 after a couple runs back in the bottom of the first. They'll be looking to add to that lead here. They have their number 9 hitter, Riley Moody, up to bat. Macy Kelly is still on the mound for the Lions. Gave up a few hits. The bottom of the first inning had 4 hits and 2 earned runs. The first time through the Nighthawk lineup. Moody's going to send first pitch to Buffington at short, and she is going to beat it out. Moody with an infield single. Nighthawks have been showing off the speed today. A few different infield singles today. That's going to bring up Jolie Lester, who led things off for the Nighthawks. Got them started with a hit, had a stolen base, and then came around to score as well. Back in the bottom of the first. She's going to first pitch swing, send this to Adams at third, who fires to second. And not going to be in time to get Lester at first. But the Lions are able to erase Riley Moody at second. That's going to bring up Mariah Wicker now with 1 away. Wicker struck out in her first plate appearance. Wicker's going to send this one foul. A 1 count for Mariah Wicker. Lester on first. She's going to square the bunt, pulls it back, and Lester thought about it for a second, but decided to remain at first. Another ball from Kelly, 2-1. Coach Davenport's going to give the sign to Wicker and Lester. Lester stole in a similar position in the first inning. Wicker's going to send this one into deep center, and that ball is well out of here. Mariah Wicker with a 2-run shot into dead center field puts the Nighthawks up 4-0. Mariah Wicker with a no-doubter to center field gives the Nighthawks a 4-0 lead, and she's going to dance her way to the dugout. Mariah Wicker got all of that ball. So now the Nighthawks lead this game 4-0. That'll bring up Georgia Blair. And that Mariah Wicker home run was sponsored by Chick-fil-A of Dahlonega, the presenting sponsor of the Nighthawk of the Week. If you're looking for great food nearby, it's Chick-fil-A's pleasure to serve you. Mariah Wicker getting all of that ball. So now Georgia Blair will get another opportunity here. Blair is 0 for 1 on the day, has a ground out. That ball is going to be high from Kelly, 2-0 count. The Hawks have played 2 runs in consecutive innings. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Looking to add to that with only 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Bases are cleared for Georgia Blair. She's going to send this one foul for her first strike. That ball again is going to get away from Kelly. 3-1. Blair's going to send this one deep into left field, and that ball is well out of here. Georgia Blair, back-to-back home run for the Nighthawks. Blair with a solo moon shot to left field. Nighthawks now lead this game 5-0, as Georgia Blair is going to take a bow, a well-deserved bow, as she sent that one well out of this park. And that is going to be the day for Macy Kelly after back-to-back Nighthawk home runs. Kelly goes 1.1 innings, gave up 7 hits and 5 earned runs. Those 2 home runs were detrimental to her, as the Nighthawks now lead this game 5-0. And it's going to be Isabel Harrison. It's going to be on the mound for the Lions. Harrison was the DH to start this game, but Coach Fagan anticipated that he would need her in the mound, so let her be the DH, and now she's going to be on the mound here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Harrison is a sophomore. She went to East Jackson High School. So the Nighthawks are able to run off Kelly here relatively quickly. They're going to face off against Isabel Harrison. Harrison has pitched in 16.2 innings. She's given up 24 hits, 23 earned runs, has 8 strikeouts on the year, and has an ERA of 9.66. Harrison started game 1 in center field today. This is her 2nd time pitching against the Nighthawks. First time came against them on February 10th. She pitched 3.1 innings. She gave up 3 hits, 6 earned runs, had 6 walks on the day. First batter she's going to face is Tegan Laveo Masonette. Masonette will take a strike number 1 from Harrison. Laveo Masonette was hit by a pitch in her first at bat, and Harrison quickly works ahead 0-2 on her. A ball high from Harrison, 1-2. Laveo Masonette sends this one toward the third base dugout. The Lions are going to have some more action in their bullpen. This is the 4th pitcher that the Lions have brought out here this afternoon. That's going to be strike on the inside corner for strike number 3. Harrison gets her first out, a strikeout. Is able to get Laveo Masonette napping there. That'll bring up Caitlin Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 1. Had a hit and RBI. That was a double back in the bottom of the 1st inning. That's going to be outside for ball number 2. 2-0 count now to Caitlin Johnson. Johnson's going to send this one hotly to Jordan at second, who makes a nice diving play and going to be in time. Is able to keep that ball in the infield and throw Caitlin Johnson out at first, but not before the Nighthawks can tack on 3 more. They now lead this game 5-0. We'll be right back with you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
If you could buy your next vehicle without going to the dealership, now you can with Beaver Direct. It's fast and really simple. Log into beavertoyotacumming.com, click on Beaver Direct, quietly shop from hundreds of vehicles, obtain a credit approval, and trade a
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Welcome back to the top of the 3rd inning. The top of the 3rd inning is presented by Bryan Properties, which is a commercial real estate brokerage firm serving Northeast Georgia and presenting today's 3rd inning. They are located in nearby Cumming, Georgia. Bryan Properties specializes in commercial real estate along the Georgia 400 corridor. For more information on Bryan Properties, visit bryanproperties.net. Varner is going to pop this one back, and Georgia Blair is going to chase it down right before it hits the net for the first out of the inning. So Varner is retired. And make her way back to the dugout. Nice play by Georgia Blair to keep that ball from falling. Pops up quickly from behind her catcher's position. Then I'll bring up Lexi Jordan. Takes a ball number 1 from Denton. Jordan had a double in her first at bat and also just had that nice play to end the inning for the Nighthawks. Able to make a diving play to keep the ball in the infield and then throw out Caitlin Johnson at first. A ball high from Denton, 2-0. Jordan's going to send this one into shallow left, and Lester is there for the second out of the inning. Denton makes quick work of the 1-2 hitters for the Lions. Now she'll face off against the 3rd hitter etched into the lineup, Gabby Buffington, who is 0 for 1 in this game. And Buffington's going to take a strike number 1 from Denton. 0-1 count. That ball's going to hit the dirt before it even crosses the plate. 1-1 now. Ball high from Denton. 2-1. So another ball from Denton. 3-1. The Lions so far have recorded 2 hits against Tybee Denton compared to the Nighthawks 7. looking to respond to the Nighthawks 5-0 lead. That'll help with Buffington reaching on a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Jaron Gibson, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Gibson grounded out. Her first at bat, she swings at that one in the dirt. 0-1 count. That one's going to be outside for Denton, 1-1. Gibson's going to send this one softly to Moody at short, who's going to throw it across the diamond to Chloe Poss at first, and that will be the final out of the top of the third inning. Nighthawks will be back up to bat when we return on the Nighthawks Sports Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning. Nighthawks lead this game 5-0. We're looking to add to that lead here in the bottom of the third. Katie Ward's going to lead things off for the Nighthawks. Ward is 1 for 1 on the day, has an RBI, had an infield single that she's able to be out. That ball's going to be high from Harrison. Harrison facing off against her third batter today. Came on in relief last inning for Macy Kelly. Ward's going to send this one deep into left center, and that ball is going to be out of here for Katie Ward. A third home run for the Nighthawks. Katie Ward gets a solo home run. She's going to get some hugs as she crosses home plate. Nighthawks now lead this game 6-0. That is the third home run for the Nighthawks today. Their third in consecutive innings. And that'll bring up Gracie Mixon now. Mixon was 1 for 1 so far. Had a single in her first at bat. And she'll take strike number 1 from Harrison. That'll be on the outside corner, 1-1. And that was Katie Ward's first home run of the season. She got all of that ball and was very excited. And it was actually the first home run of her career as well. So kudos to Katie Ward for getting her first career home run here today. Saw a lot of excitement on her Nighthawk teammates' faces. She was able to put them up 6-0. So a 2-2 count now for Gracie Mixon. As Coach Davenport kept that ball for Katie Ward to commemorate her first home run. And that ball is going to be hit into deep left, and Mixon is on her way to second, and she will get there standing up. A double for Gracie Mixon. It looks like they're going to pinch run for Mixon over there at second, with Chloe Poss up to bat now. And it's going to be Journey Roberts over there at second, the freshman from Livonia, Georgia. She went to Franklin County High School. Roberts has seen some action at third base and short so far this season. And with this game being up, Nighthawks being up 6-0, most likely we'll see Roberts to stay in this game for Gracie Mixon. Poss takes ball 1 from Harrison. That ball's going to be a little inside from Harrison, 2-0 count. Harrison delivers the 2-0. That one's going to be in there for strike number 1. The Nighthawks will remain at home this weekend. They will play Augusta. They have a doubleheader on Sunday at 2 and 4, and then the final game of that Peach Belt matchup will be Monday at 12 p.m. as Chloe Poss fouls this one back. The games were originally scheduled to be Friday and Saturday, but with the rain and with this game being pushed back a day, the Nighthawks decided to give themselves an extra day of rest and will now play on Sunday and Monday. Poss is going to send this one back. Nighthawks will then head to Auburn Montgomery. They play a doubleheader on March 12th. Nighthawks have 2 losses on the season, but still remain the #1 team in the country as Poss sends this one softly down the first base line. It's going to squeak foul. So Poss will do it again, 2 and 2. Still no outs here for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the third. Looking to add to their lead. That ball is going to be outside from Harrison, 3 and 2. And Chloe Poss is going to get rung up looking. A strikeout for Isabel Harrison. That is her second on the day. The first out of the inning here for the Nighthawks. That'll bring up Riley Moody, who is 1 for 1 on the day. She also had a infield single the last inning. Moody sends this one again off the glove of Buffington, and Roberts is going to think about taking off towards home, but decides to stay at third, and Coach Davenport wanted Moody to take off towards second. He's a little frustrated with the base running there, wants his players to be extremely aggressive. And now the Nighthawks will be back to their top of their lineup with Jolie Lester. Lester is 1 for 2 on the day, has 2 runs and a stolen base. Two runners on the corners for Lester. She first pitch swings and fouls this one back. Lester is a member of the German national team. She'll play this summer for Germany. This ball bounces, and Feigen blocks that ball. And again, Coach Davenport frustrated with Moody at first for not advancing to second on that ball that hit the dirt. This one gets away from Feigen, and Moody's going to advance to second on that pitch. A 2-1 count for Jolie Lester. Now Lester has the opportunity for 2 RBIs. That ball is going to be on the outside part of the plate, 2-2. That ball again outside, 3-2 count now for Jolie Lester. Lester swings at that pitch that was well over her head, was able to foul that one back. Lester sends this one down the right field line. That's going to score Roberts, and Moody's going to be waved around. She's going to score as well. Lester with a RBI single, gets 2 RBIs on that hit, and Lester moves to 2-3 on the day. Nighthawks now lead this game 8-0. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Jolie Lester. And that will be Caitlin Johnston, the sophomore from Douglasville, Georgia. She went to Alexander High School. Coach Davenport going to be making a lot of changes here with the Nighthawks up 8-0. Nighthawks still only have 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They have 11 hits so far today. That ball is high and inside. It's going to get away from Feigen. So Johnston will advance to second. That's going to bring out Kevin Fagan to talk things over with Harrison. They had a little bit of action in the bullpen earlier, but none now, so Fagan's just going to talk things over with Harrison. This game seems to be well out of reach for the Lions, especially with Tybee Denton on the mound for the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks have the #1 ERA in all of the Peach Belt with a 1.34 ERA. They also have the top batting average in the Peach Belt with a 364 average. So even if you are able to score runs on the dynamic pitching staff, their batting lineup will most likely outscore you. So definitely a deadly combo and a huge reason why they were able to win the national championship last year, and using that same recipe of success here in 2024, here in this early part of this season. As Wicker takes strike one. Wicker's going to send this one into shallow left in foul territory. It's going to be caught for the second out of the inning. That'll bring back up Georgia Blair. Wicker and Blair last inning were able to send back-to-back balls out of this park to give the Nighthawks 3 runs back-to-back. As Blair takes strike #1. Another RBI opportunity for Blair with Johnston on second as she takes a ball high, 1-1. Blair's going to send this one back, going to land foul, 2-1 count. One and two count for Georgia Blair, 2 away. That ball's going to be in the dirt, 2-2. 2 is running wild here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away with a runner on second. The ball's going to be inside from Harrison, 3-2 count. Johnston should be pretty aggressive over there at second with 2 away. Crack of the bat, she'll be moving, looking to score from second. Blair's going to pop this one into foul territory, and Alyssa Adams is there for the final out of the bottom of the third. Nighthawks take a 8-0 lead here in this one. We'll be right back with you here on the Nighthawks Sports Network. Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. River City Bank, today's fourth inning sponsor, and they're here to make banking easy and convenient, serving Rome, Blairsville, and Dawsonville. When it comes to meeting your financial needs, they won't settle for anything less than exceptional. To learn more, visit rivercity.bank. And Nighthawks are still leading this one 8-0 as Alyssa Adams takes a big cut from Tybee Denton, who is still on the mound. Denton, again, has been fantastic so far through 3 innings, only giving up 2 hits and 2 walks, and has 1 strikeout so far on the day. Another strike from Denton. Adams finds herself in a 0-2 hole. Adams is 1 for 1 on the day. Looking for that second hit and the 3rd overall on Denton. She's going to pop this one foul. So we have a few changes for the Nighthawks defensively. Journey Roberts is going to remain in the game for Gracie Mixon at 3rd. Caitlin Johnson will remain in the game for Jolie Lester in left. That ball's going to get away from the catcher. Looks like that may be Sadie Johnson now behind the plate for the Nighthawks. And then at second is number 10, Sarah York, the sophomore from Martin, Georgia, replacing LaVeo Masonette. That ball's going to get away from Denton, 2-2 now. Nice block by Johnson behind the plate. And I'm not sure the call on that, but Alyssa Adams is going to be retired. Not entirely sure what the call was, but Alyssa Adams retired, and that is going to be first pitch swung on by Curry, who heads for second and going to be almost tagged out. A nice relay by Johnson to get that ball in quickly, and York is able to, or Curry, excuse me, is able to get under the tag of York. So now 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. That is the 3rd hit Denton has given up today. That ball is high, 1-0 count. Pitchers match up now. Isabel Harrison, 0 for 1 on the day. That ball is going to be low from Denton, 2-0. The Lions are already in run rule territory here in the top of the 4th inning. Going to need to score some runs if they want to keep their chances alive in this game. And a 3-0 pitch from Tybee Denton goes across the plate, 3-1. This ball's going to be hit to Chloe Potts at first, who fills her position nicely, and going to throw it back to Denton. So 2 away now for the Lions. Curry was able to advance to 3rd. So the Lions are 60 feet from getting their first run. Kelly Feigen, the catcher, will be back up to bat for the Lions. Feigen was able to reach on a walk. She takes ball number 1 from Denton. And Aaliyah Medina is going to come out and have a couple words with Tybee Denton. They're not liking something they're seeing, or looks like Sadie Johnson is also having a word, so they're maybe changing up the pitch call or something. Changing up the signs and how they relay them. So we'll get back to action. A 1-0 count for Feigen. That was going to be just inside 2-0 count. And a strike on the outside corner from Denton, 2-1. Lions threatening for the first time here in game number 2. And Feigen sends this one well out of play. So a 2-2 count for Denton, 2 away. Curry on third base. And just low and outside, just missed from Tybee and loads the count 3-2. And a big swing and a miss from Feigen, and the Lions will be retired here in the top of the 4th. Their threat is ended. The Nighthawks will be back up to bat when we return on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
My name is Lana Titterina, and UNG is where I lead. I chose UNG because of the tennis program and how much the tennis program has achieved in the past, and I wanted to be a part of building a good team. But also the campus is very beautiful, the location, it has the new business building that I really like, and when I did my research I really liked Dahlonega in Georgia. So one of the biggest challenges that I faced was coming here and not knowing anyone. I didn't know how the culture was and how to really approach people. And being new and not knowing anyone can be tough in the beginning, so you have to really put yourself out there and make connections, talk to people. So that's where I feel like I've grown a lot, and I've gotten to know a lot of people here, and that has helped my experience. My advice for international students would be just go for it. It may be tough in the beginning, but it's all going to be worth it at the end. You're going to meet amazing people. It's really fun, and you get a very good degree.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning. Sarah York is going to lead things off for the Nighthawks, getting her first action for the Nighthawks in game number 2. And she takes strike 1 from Harrison. Harrison has given up 3 hits and 2 earned runs, 3 runs total. Has also picked up 2 strikeouts in relief work. Nighthawks have tallied 11 hits total here today in game number 2. That's going to be ball inside from Harrison, 2-1 count. And a ball low from Harrison, 3-1 count. York's going to send this one softly to Adams at third, and she will be thrown out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Caitlin Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Has a double. And Johnson takes ball 1. A little high from Harrison. And we have a new catcher behind the plate for the Lions. It's Hannah Wright. As she catches ball number 2 from Harrison. Wright is a freshman from Franklin, Georgia. That ball's going to be outside again from Harrison. 3-0 count now to Johnson. That's going to be in there from Harrison, 3-1. Even if the Nighthawks are unable to add any more runs here in the bottom of the fourth, they'll be 3 outs away from a sweep in this midweek doubleheader against the Lions. Another strike from Harrison blows the count up 3-2. Harrison looking for the first scoreless inning for the Lions. They've allowed 8 runs through 3. That's going to be ball number 4. So Johnson gets a walk. That'll bring up Katie Ward now. Ward was able to get her first career home run in her last plate appearance. That ball goes way outside from Harrison, 1-0. Ward has been perfect on the day. A 2 for 2. Ward sends this one deep into left, and that ball hits off the top of the wall, and Johnson's going to come around to score, and Ward's going to hold up at second. Katie Ward was thinking about her second career home run, but that one just misses the top of the wall. She's able to pick up another RBI, and the Hawks now lead this game 9-0. Katie Ward remains perfect on the day, going 3 for 3. And Katie Ward is going to be pinch ran for. It's going to be number 25, Madison Cosgrove, sophomore from Columbus, Georgia, went to Northside High School. She will be on second base for Journey Roberts, who came in to pinch run for Gracie Mixon in the bottom of the third and stayed in to play third base. And she will now be getting her first action at the plate. Takes a strike number 1 from Harrison. And a big swing and a miss from Roberts. Finds herself in a 0-2 hole now. This one's going to be popped back by Roberts. Looking for her first hit this afternoon. She's going to again swing at this one. This one again going to go harmlessly foul. That ball gets away from Harrison 1 and 2. This one is popped again, foul by Roberts. This time going to the left side of the field. Goes well out of play. Again, another ball from Harrison, 2 and 2 count now. And a swing and a miss from Journey Roberts, and Harrison is going to pick up the second out of the inning, her third strikeout here this afternoon. And that's going to bring up Chloe Poss. Poss is 0 for 2 on the day, looking for her first hit. She takes ball number 1. Poss is going to send this one foul. 1-1 count for Chloe Poss. That ball is going to be on the outside corner. 1 and 2, and Harrison thinks that is strike number 3, but she's got to throw one more to Chloe Poss. That one just misses from Harrison. Loads the count up 2 and 2. 2 outs for the Lions here in the bottom of the 4th. And Poss is going to send this one into deep left center, and that ball is going to be not caught. It's going to get over the outfield wall, and Chloe Poss continues the home run party here in game number 2, the 4th home run for the Nighthawks, and Chloe Poss gets a 2-run home run, sends that one well into left field. And the Nighthawks now lead this game 11-0. Looked like for a second, from my point of view, that Abigail Curry over there in left field was able to keep that ball in the park and make a play, but Chloe Poss got enough on it to send it over the wall and extend this lead 11-0. Been a home run party in Dahlonega today. And a ball from Harrison. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Riley Moody. It's going to be Aniston Wright. Wright is a junior from Senoia, Georgia. She takes strike number 1, 1-1 count, 2 away. Wright's going to send this one back 1-2 now. That ball's going to go well outside, 2-2 count. Wright's going to send this one back to the first baseman, and Gibson is there to make the catch. Nighthawks are able to tack on some more runs. They now lead this one 11-0, and they are 3 outs away from winning this game. We're right back with you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I need to try it first.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
North Georgia Softball would like to thank today's 5th inning sponsor, Bees Bales, a leader in agricultural production in Cherokee County. The Nighthawks are 3 outs away from getting the sweep of the Lions, winning 3 games against them so far this season. The Lions will be down to their final 3 outs, and it will be up to Kyna Cheney, Ellie Varner, and Lexi Jordan. Cheney is 0 for 1 on the day. She takes ball 1 inside. Cheney pops this one up. It's going to stay in play, and Roberts is there to make the catch, and Nighthawks are 2 outs away from victory. There's going to be a pinch hitter for the Lions. It's going to be number 5, Aggie Bennett, sophomore from 9 Mile Falls, Washington. And it looks like there's also going to be another pinch hitter for Lexi Jordan. It's going to be number 12, Abby Rocco, junior from Marietta. So Lions are going to their bench here in hopes for a few runs to keep this game and their chances alive. Denton fires strike one. Denton has been nearly perfect so far today, only giving up 3 hits, has 2 walks and 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. She's going to pick up 2 quickly to Bennett. So 0-2 count for Bennett, 1 away. And Denton is going to get her swinging. Sadie Johnson fires it to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Denton's 4th strikeout on the day. That puts Denton at 100 strikeouts on the season, padding her lead in the Peach Belt. So now the Lions are down to their final out, and it'll be up to Abby Rocco. Rocco had an appearance in the first game. She walked. She's going to pop this one to short, and Cosgrove is there for the final out of the 5th inning and the final out of this game. The Nighthawks are going to win this one 11-0. They pick up their 13th consecutive win. So Nighthawks are able to get the sweep of the Lions of Emmanuel College. The Nighthawks will be remaining at home this weekend, playing games on Sunday and Monday against Peach Belt foes Augusta. That'll be the final score, the final time here today. Nighthawks win game 1 11-4, win game 2 11-0. We thank you for joining us. This is Bailey Vessel along with the rest of the Nighthawk Sports Network. We thank you and hope you have a good rest of your evening.